All right, so welcome to Binge Guide, where we help you find your next show.
Hey, everybody.
And, usually we're all about brand new series premieres, right?
Right.
But today, we're going to do things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
We're going to be diving into something that a lot of you have been waiting for.
Yeah.
The final season of The Handmaid's Tale.
It's the end of an era.
It really is. I mean, this show, this dystopian world, Gilead June's fight, it's been a cultural phenomenon.
Absolutely.
So before we jump into season 6,
Yeah.
let's remind everybody, this is it. This is the last one.
Yeah, this is the final chapter.
6 seasons.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. And it's interesting to think about,
Yeah.
how do you end a show like this?
Right. Yeah.
I think a lot of people have a lot of expectations.
Huge expectations, right? Because you're invested in these characters.
Yeah.
And you want to see it done right.
You want to see it done right.
Yeah.
And from what we've seen in the trailer,
Yeah.
they are not holding back at all for this final season.
No, it looks intense.
We see June Elisabeth Moss, who is just phenomenal in this role.
Incredible.
She has this line in the trailer where she says, "Rise up and fight for your freedom. We use all of our friends, everyone and anyone who hates Gilead to finally declare enough."
It gives me chills.
I know.
It's so powerful.
She is leading a revolution.
Yeah.
She is at the forefront.
Do you think this has been building, though, like through the whole series, or is this a shift for June?
That is the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen her be defiant.
Oh, absolutely.
We've seen her resist.
Never broken.
Never completely broken.
Yeah, right.
But this feels different.
Yeah.
This feels like she is ready to burn it all down.
This isn't about survival anymore.
Right.
This is about taking Gilead down.
Yes. And, it's interesting because that echoes even the first teaser that we got
Oh, yeah.
for season 6, which really focused on the handmaids and those red robes.
Powerful imagery.
Powerful imagery, but they were framing it almost like a symbol of their rage.
An army.
Like an army, exactly.
And remember that line from Serena?
Oh, yeah.
Something big is about to happen.
And then June, let's bring him home.
Oh, yeah. It all connects.
It does. And, speaking of when we're going to see all of this play out,
When does it start?
mark your calendars, everybody. April 8th,
Okay.
2025, Hulu.
All right.
And they are dropping the first 3 episodes.
Oh, get right into it.
Right into it. So buckle up.
Yeah.
You know where we left off at the end of season 5?
Remind me.
Ooh, boy, so much happened.
Oh.
It was a whirlwind. June and Serena
Together.
together on a train
With babies.
with babies, both escaped to Canada.
Right.
But then Good was arrested.
Oh, yeah, for attacking the truck driver.
After that whole confrontation.
Right.
And that last shot of them on the train leaving Canada
Wow.
as refugees from Gilead, but together.
Yeah.
That was a moment.
Complicated.
So complicated.
Yeah.
So much happened.
So going into season 6,
Yeah.
the big question.
The big question, will June ever truly escape
Yeah.
Gilead?
I mean, she's physically out, but it's
Yeah.
like she's still so connected.
Trauma, the emotional ties,
Right.
everything.
It's all there.
It's all there. And thankfully, we do have an official log line for this season.
Oh, okay. Lay it on me.
So it says, June's unyielding spirit and determination pull her back into the fight to take down Gilead.
Okay.
Luke and Moira join the resistance.
Interesting.
Serena tries to reform Gilead,
Reform Gilead, what?
while Commander Lawrence and Aunt Lydia reckon with what they wrought.
Oh, boy.
And Nick faces challenging tests of character.
Oh, Nick.
This final chapter of June's journey highlights the importance of hope, courage, solidarity, and resilience in the pursuit of justice and freedom.
That's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, it is a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
And the trailer gives us some visuals to kind of match this.
Okay.
We see June reunited with both Luke and Nick,
Oh, wow.
which I have so many questions about.
Me too, considering how season 5 ended.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's Serena.
What's going on with her?
They show her in a baby blue wedding gown,
What?
surrounded by handmaids,
No.
and then later being carried across a threshold
No way.
by Josh Charles's character, who looks very much like a Gilead commander.
Serena, a bride again.
No, in blue.
Not red.
I know, it's so interesting.
What do you think that means?
What does that blue represent?
Right.
Is it freedom, or is it another form of control?
Another gilded cage.
Exactly.
Oh, it's fascinating.
And then we have Aunt Lydia.
Oh, Aunt Lydia.
There's a moment where she just looks, she's unraveling.
Yeah.
And she says she suspects June is behind all the chaos.
Oh my gosh, so she knows.
She knows, or she thinks she knows.
Right.
And, Aunt Lydia's been such a
The true believer.
A true believer in Gilead for so long.
Yeah.
And to see her kind of questioning things.
Yeah. Is her faith cracking?
Yeah, it really makes you wonder.
That's a huge turning point.
Yeah, and then you have Commander Lawrence.
Oh, Commander Lawrence.
Who always seems to be playing both sides.
Right.
You know, he helped create Gilead.
Yeah.
But he also seems to be working against it at times.
He's such a mystery.
What is his end game?
Yeah, what's he gonna do in this final season?
It's going to be really interesting to see.
To see how it all plays out.
And we do have a lot of familiar faces returning for this final season.
Oh, good.
Obviously, Elisabeth Moss as Jean.
Of course.
Devon Strahovski as Serena Joy.
Yes.
O.T. Fagbendel as Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Max Minghella as Nick.
Can't wait to see Nick.
Ann Dowd as Aunt Lydia.
Incredible.
Bradley Whitford as Commander Lawrence.
So good.
We're also going to see Samira Wiley as Moira.
Yes.
Madeline Brewer as Janine.
Oh, Janine.
Amanda Brugel as Rita Ever-Carradine as Naomi.
So we have the whole gang back.
We do, and of course we mentioned Josh Charles is joining the cast.
Right, in a big role.
Look like a big role.
Exciting.
Now, one person we will not be seeing is Alexis Bledel,
Oh, yeah, Emily.
who played Emily. She departed the show before season 5. And there's been a bit of a shift behind the scenes as well.
Oh, okay.
Bruce Miller, who has been the showrunner since the beginning,
Right.
he has stepped down to focus on the Testaments,
Yeah.
the sequel series,
Yeah, sequel.
but he's still involved as a writer and executive producer.
Okay.
And Eric Tuchman and Yalan Chang are taking over as showrunners.
So a little bit of a change up.
Yeah, and it's interesting, you know, with the Testaments coming,
Yeah.
does this feel like a passing of the torch?
It could be.
You know, like Bruce Miller built this world.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time for someone else to kind of take it in a new direction.
For the final season.
Right, and then he can fully focus on the Testaments.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So speaking of the Testaments,
Yes, what do we know?
this picks up 15 years after the events of The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, wow.
And it follows 3 new protagonists.
Oh, interesting. Who are they?
We have Aunt Lydia.
Aunt Lydia's back.
Ann Dowd is reprising her role.
I love her.
I know she's fantastic.
Amazing.
And then we have Agnes, played by Chase Infinity, and Daisy,
Daisy.
who is a young Canadian teenager, played by Lucy Halliday,
Okay.
who discovers a connection to Gilead.
So we're getting a new perspective.
Yes, one inside Gilead and one outside with ties to it.
Yeah.
And, you know, the fact that Aunt Lydia is one of the main characters,
Yeah.
I think we're going to get a lot more insight into her character.
Her backstory, her motivations.
Yeah, I mean, she's been a complex character from the beginning.
For sure.
So to really dive deep into her,
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Me too.
And there is a possibility
Yeah.
that Elisabeth Moss might make an appearance
Oh, wouldn't that be great
as June.
to connect the two shows?
Yeah, it hasn't been officially confirmed,
I
but
know,
there's
great.
definitely potential for that.
Fingers crossed.
And another important thing to note is that Bruce Miller is also the creator and showrunner for The Testaments.
Oh, okay. So he's still involved.
He's still involved, so there's going to be that continuity
Yeah.
between the two shows.
So it's like one big story. Exactly. So while season 6 of The Handmaid's Tale brings June's journey to an end,
Right.
it feels like the story of Gilead itself
Yeah.
will continue.
With The Testaments.
So it's almost like this is a chapter closing,
Yeah.
but not the end of the book.
Not the whole book.
Yeah. So there's so much to look forward to.
I'm so excited.
So just to recap,
Mm-hmm.
The Handmaid's Tale final season premieres April 8th, 2025 on Hulu.
Oh.
Don't miss it. And as we get ready for both the end of this show and the beginning of the Testaments,
Yeah.
I think it's a good time to reflect,
Yeah.
what kind of world will be left behind?
Right.
What will happen to these characters?
What will their legacy be?
What is the lasting impact of Gilead?
So many questions.
So many questions. It's going to be an intense ride.
I can't wait.
I know, me neither. And for more recommendations on what to watch,
Yeah.
make sure you keep listening to Binge Guide.
Binge Guide.
Next show.
The next show.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.